Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Hazeeq, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Chainlink. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, as always, the previous update is going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Watch that before watching this one so that you have more context. So let's jump into the technical analysis. So if you're familiar with the charts that I have here, you know that we have this nice channel up pattern, and we just retested the support once again. And this was a good buying opportunity, and personally, I have been buying Chainlink at these levels. All of my buy alerts are on Patreon. Link is down below in the description. And yeah, so nice bounce here. Every time you come to this area, you see a very nice bounce towards the resistance of the channel pattern. As you can see, you have a very nice move here. You did see a little fake out down, but then you went up regardless. Another move down here, all the way up to the resistance of the channel up pattern. And usually with these channel up patterns, you typically see a break to the downside, right? You go up, you go up, you go up until you can't hold the support no more and you drop down. So in this case, our drop down target, so to speak, would be at the first fib level here, or the zero fib, I should say, at $6.25. That's going to be an incredible buying opportunity for Chainlink. The last time we retested that zone was back in August. And also in July, we had a nice retest of that zone. So this is an important level for us to hold. If we fail to do that, I would target the next swing low behind here. So you have the swing low in July, which is at $5.90. And here you have the same low in June at $5.90. So $5.90, that's what I would be targeting. Now, if we were to see a stronger capitulation and Bitcoin was to potentially lose $15,000, let's say, then I would target the swing low that we printed all the way back here in May for Chainlink, which is at $5.26. That would be one of the best buying opportunities you're going to have. And if you managed to buy here back in May, you potentially had a nice 83% move to the upside. You could have taken profits right then and there, and yeah, that would have been a nice trade for you. So you potentially could have another opportunity to do just that, because if Bitcoin drops, like I said, altcoins will get decimated, and Chainlink is no exception. And we may retest $5.26. We potentially could retest, if we go lower, the upper resistance of the channel down pattern that we were in, because if you pay attention, you can see that we did exit this blue channel up pattern here, or channel down pattern, I should say, getting my channels confused here. And for a channel up pattern, you typically break to the downside from there, but for a channel down pattern, it's the opposite, and you break to the upside from that. And that's exactly what we did here, meanwhile creating a different channel. And we have retested the blue, the upper line of the blue channel as support here in September. Potentially, we could do that once again at the end of the year if we see another strong capitulation. That could take us all the way down to $5 and even below that. But still, the major buy level would be here at $5.26, simply for the fact that you have large wicks to this area, and people are buying up this very, very quickly, because believe it or not, there are going to be a lot of buy orders here. So you want to have your buy limit order set up in advance, but don't have them exactly on $5.26. Just have them slightly higher, maybe $5.29, $5.32, just because that gives you more chances of getting filled, okay? Now, jumping into the daily RSI here, you can see that we are targeting this ascending support trend line. We almost had a bounce here in October, didn't go down as much. So we had one retest in May, one retest in August, and potentially any future retracement we might have, I would target that. You also have this descending yellow resistance trend line. That could be a nice level for you to look out for. And obviously 67.4 is a major resistance level for us on the daily chart. You had two bounces, one back in January, one in April, a little fake out here in August, and potentially in November, if we see some sort of relief rally, you may run into that level. So just have this on your chart so you can know when to potentially take profits if you're looking for swing trades. But if you're buying for the long term like I am, you can just buy off of these support levels. You can buy during these capitulations, and you're going to be set for the next 2 years, because once Chainlink is all the way up here at $150, $200 potentially in 2 years' time, then it really won't matter if you bought at 625 or 635, right? So I have this other Fibonacci retracement set up. As you can see, we have our swing high there, and we have our swing low all the way here in May of this year. And you can see the 1.618 is at $231. Now, I don't know if we're going to get there during the next bull market, but it is obviously quite possible that we actually will do just that, because we're simply printing a higher low here. As you can see, you're coming back down and you're higher than you were back in January of 2019. So things are looking good for Chainlink. I am expecting $150, $200 at least next bull market. You have your extension levels over here. So the 1.272, the 1.414, and the 1.618. So your minimal target is actually $103. And from where we are right now, I think that's a pretty good trade, right? I think that's a really good trade in my opinion. 14x, and moving over to $231 at the 1.618. That's a very nice 3,300% trade. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, and let's switch over to the Binance website. Okay, moving over to the Binance Weekly, you can see that we do have some sort of an ascending pattern here, ascending triangle. If I go to the daily real quick to show you, you can see that we're coming up, and we're constantly hitting this horizontal resistance level, but the lows are constantly higher, and this is very good. And now at some point we're going to have to break this resistance, and a potential target for us would be, let me give you that target. A potential target would be at $15 here. So that would be your target, your technical target, I should say, because what I did is I simply took a trend line and I placed it at the from the top of the triangle to the bottom, and then I placed it on top of the resistance trend line to see what our breakout target would be, because that's how it's measured. So around about $14.5 to $15, that's what we're going to be looking at. As you can see, you have a major resistance level here. This is where we got rejected in April, and you have a major resistance level here all the way up to $12, because that's where you bounce from in March before getting rejected in April and falling back down here. So you have levels that you're going to retest as resistance before you can actually move forward, okay? So you have one level here. You can potentially start breaking out, run into that level, come back, retest this as support, and then continue on, because that's what usually you do with these previous support levels. You retest them as resistance. Another resistance level here at $18. You can come back down all the way to 13, 12.5, have a retest, and continue moving forward. But these are bullish events, these are bullish outcomes, and I would only expect that once the sentiment has flipped to bullish. And I think that's going to happen sometime during the next year's spring. So from March to May, I am expecting some sort of a potentially a local low, or a local high, I should say. And then the next local high would be in August until we see another correction, and then we move into the bull market in 2024. That's what I think is going to happen. And if you judge by the weekly chart and you just zoom out, you can see that Chainlink is doing pretty well, right? This is basically a very, very, very low. What is this wick here? Oh my God! What is this wick here? This happened back in March of 2020. Is this? Do you guys have this on your chart? Because this is very weird. I haven't seen this before. Whatever. So Chainlink is doing pretty good for itself. You can see that if you want to potentially look for other support levels based on previous highs, you can take that high there, and that's another support level for you at $4.50. We printed that high in June and in February of 2020. That was June 2019. and February 2020. We may potentially retest that because we haven't done that yet, so potentially you can break down from this pattern, come all the way back down there if Bitcoin decides to go back to $14,000, and that's going to be your bottom. So $4.42 potential bottom for Chainlink. But if we go down there, trust me, I'm going to be buying a lot of Chainlink. And even right now, the prices are very, very cheap, especially if you've been buying over here. You want a dollar cost average in at these lower levels, because right now you're basically in this flat here, and at some point you're going to see a nice break to the upside just like you did over here. Okay, as you can see here, you were also going very flat. You had a nice uptrend in February, and then look at this appreciation. So potentially we're going to be looking at something similar during 2024. Let's see how we ended this year with crypto. Thank you all for watching. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to follow me on Patreon, because I do drop in my trade alerts in there. I do drop in all of my low cap gems in there. I take your technical analysis requests and I send them there as well. So lots of exclusive content basically. If you enjoy something like that and you want to support the channel, feel free to check out the link down below in the description. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.